Hey buddies, what's up? Welcome back to another amazing episode of Trend Dealer. So guys, in this amazing episode, we are going to discuss why Aquaman 2 could be the most relevant modern superhero movie. Are you guys excited? So let's get started. So keep up with me till the end, comment right below this video, subscribe if you still haven't, and turn on the post notifications for more videos. Despite all that, Aquaman 2 could sneakily become the most important superhero movie of the modern era. If the advertised environmentalist themes are as prevalent as they seem to be, that is, the climate crisis is possibly the most important issue facing humanity today, and if Aquaman 2 gets its story and messaging right, it could use its massive blockbuster platform in a truly impactful way. Here's why. Number 1. Superhero movies haven't addressed the climate crisis. Superhero movies and TV shows have never been the center of groundbreaking socio-political discourse, nor should they be expected to be. However, over the years, films in the genre have at least attempted to offer more serious commentary on relevant issues, as seen in some of the MCU Phase 4 Disney Plus series like WandaVision, which deals with grief and mental health, and The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which attempts to grapple with both class division and the continued oppression of Black Americans. One issue that hasn't really been broached in modern superhero cinema, however, is the climate crisis, despite the fact that it's one of the most important issues facing humanity today. The biggest superhero movies in recent memory have even broached the subject are Avengers Endgame, which deals loosely with the ramifications of resource scarcity and ecological mismanagement, and the first Aquaman. In Aquaman 2, Juan Momoa and the rest of the cast and crew have a chance to craft a superior successor to the original film, finally delivering a superhero movie that puts the environment front and center in the story. Number 2. Aquaman's environmentalist history explained. The character of Aquaman has always been one of the most environmentally minded superheroes in the comic book canon. His entire backstory and the nature of his powers establish him as a protector of not just humans and Atlantean realms, but of the natural world at large. The hero's ability to communicate with sea creatures, while often made fun of, ties Aquaman to the Earth in a way that very few major superheroes are, particularly when it comes to protecting and preserving the oceans. Since taking on the Aquaman character, Momoa has carried that responsibility into the real world, testifying before the United Nations on the importance of immediate climate protection policies. A student of marine biology in his college years, Momoa has spoken up often on issues of environmental preservation, tying together his Aquaman character to the issues facing the planet today. Number 3. Aquaman 2 is about protecting the environment. In the promotional footage for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom released during DC Fandom 2021, Momoa discussed his intentions for the film being a meaningful story about the importance of environmental protection. That would be a continuation of the original Aquaman story, which includes plot lines about human pollution and disregard for the seas. Because no trailers have been released yet, it's hard to say how central the environmentalist messaging will be to the story of Aquaman 2. However, because of Momoa's proven track record as an environmental activist, it seems possible that Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom could actually deliver on this promise. At the very least, it should be interesting to see how Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom balances its larger fantasy story, one that involves the original king of Atlantis and the various kingdoms of the underwater world, with the heavier, more topical story of the climate crisis. Juan has said that the world building will be a big part of Aquaman 2, and with so many DC characters returning, there may not be too much time for a whole other plotline about real-world environmentalism. Obviously, the ideal scenario is a movie that incorporates those topical themes seamlessly into its own superhero story, but it's yet to be proven that the film is capable of pulling that off. Number 4. Aquaman 2 needs to do more than the original film. The first Aquaman movie tried to deal with the real-world ramifications of pollution and climate change, but it fell notably short of its potential, instead leaning too hard into the generic superhero story with very little to actually say. Orm, aka Ocean Master, hates humanity because of their consistent disregard for aquatic ecosystems, prompting him to take drastic measures in response. It's not inherently a problem to give a morally gray character environmentalist tendencies, but Orm's portrayal in Aquaman is far from morally gray. He's a cartoonish bad guy with basically no screen time allotted to what's justified in his beliefs, resulting in an environmentalist message that essentially says nothing. So guys, this was all about today's video. Share as much as you can, that really motivates us to create more content for you guys. With this, we end our video.